So this is maybe a hot take, but I actually think that the key to this game for Philadelphia could be Dallas Goddard, who's a really good tight end, both at blocking, but especially at receiving. And I think that he could have a huge impact in this game. So I made this chart for the Chiefs safeties. This is where they rank in terms of PFF grades and passer rating against when they play man and when they play zone. You see, Jaden Hicks has easily been their best man safety, but that's also in large part because he doesn't often go up against the best options. Usually he's playing somebody else, or just, covering the middle of the field or covering deep down the field. Usually Justin Reid and Brian Cook are the guys who they'll ask a lot of. I mean, that's just kind of how this scheme works, is they ask a lot of the safeties, and they'll ask safeties to cover tight ends one-on-one, even if they're not already in perfect position. And you see, they do what they can in man coverage, but both have a passer rating against of over 120 in that situation. They're both much better when they play zone. Hicks actually is the one who does the worst there, so maybe you put Hicks on Goddard, but I wouldn't necessarily bank on it because that's not often what they do. In fact, let's look at this play from the playoffs earlier. This is against the Houston Texans. They were in a bit of a similar situation where the Texans' second best option was in this game was Dalton Schultz. Now, a little bit different because the Texans really don't have another great receiver like the Eagles do. They have A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and Dallas Goedert, right? But here you see Schultz is going to beat Brian Cook, the safety who was lined up against him. So, hey, one rep. Cook wins some reps. He loses some reps like everybody, right? But that was definitely a target you can make on a play like that. Like this play is another example where this is Justin Reid going up against receivers, because that's another thing Spagnuolo will ask his safeties to do, is cover receivers one-on-one. That's part of why, again, not a lot of teams do that. The Chiefs do that. This is what creates these issues. Justin Reid, I think, really good safety. The one area you can beat him is in man coverage one-on-one. Watch. You're going to see that this is Xavier Hutchinson, runs a route over the middle, and is able to get open right here. Reid does everything so well, they ask him to do a lot. He kind of takes on that Tyrann Mathieu role, and I think Justin Reid could get a lot of attention on Dallas Goedert, even if he's on a receiver on this play. Here, though, you're going to see Hutchinson is able to win that matchup. They pick up the first down. So, again, these are one examples. There are obviously reps that they win as well, but this is a window, potentially, if you're the Philadelphia Eagles. Something to look into. And we've seen it happen in big ways, too. This is something the Chiefs like to do. They like to have one-on-one matchups. And, again, you don't know if they're going to run this coverage too much in the Super Bowl, a cover one-man play, because you got A.J. Brown, you got Dallas Goddard, and you have Devonta Smith. Three really good options. Can you cover all three of those guys? But at the same time, you got to put resources in the box to make sure you cover, you make sure you can tackle Saquon Barkley, right? Well, anyway, when this play begins, it's Justin Reid one-on-one against, Kyle Pitts, who's just getting wide open on this play. So, again, it's a play. I'm not saying I think Justin Reid is a bad player, but he can get beat here. Watch. Really good throw from Cousins, which, remember when Cousins was looking like he was a good player for the Falcons? That was an interesting run. But anyway, good stuff from Kyle Pitts. They get the play there. There's a window here, a window that I do think that the Eagles will try and attack, because let's just be honest, Dallas Goedert is very good at this stuff. Like this play, for example. So this is a one-on-one matchup, and on a 3rd down and 5, and watch what happens. So Hurts takes the snap. Goddard's going to get wide open here to the point where, the corner fell down trying to cover him, and now you have Goddard who's just wide open. Dallas Goedert this season had a 3.33 yards per route ran against man coverage. That's an absurdly high number. Not only is it the highest number among tight ends in the NFL this season, but it's the 6th highest among players, period, this season. And that's not even factoring in the playoffs, where he's actually been better. If you factor in playoffs, he's been the 3rd best yards per route ran against man coverage among players in football. Number 1, A.J. Brown, his teammate. So then let's talk about zone, right? That's what you have to be thinking if you're a Chiefs fan. Can we maybe not do that whole man coverage stuff, perhaps, if he's so good at it? Well, again, the Chiefs like to play man coverage. That means they have to go away from their best coverage. But no doubt about it, Dallas Goedert is not the same animal when he is in man coverage, and the Chiefs are pretty good at defending tight ends when they play zone. This is a 3rd down and 2. I've circled Kyle Pitts on this play, and watch what happens. You see that he's going to get contacted at the line, and then he tries to get into a gap in coverage, but there's players over the middle who can cover him now. It's not quite as simple as can he just use his big frame and quick feet to get around players and create a window. Doesn't quite work out the same way. So, I'm talking about Dallas Goedert there more so than Kyle Pitts, although he's a big guy and has quick feet as well. But you know what I'm saying. As you see, Cousins cannot make that throw. Instead, he decides to scramble, but that did not go well, as is probably expected with Kirk Cousins. So, yeah, I mean, that's an aspect of it. Although, of course, it should be mentioned, Dallas Goedert can still succeed when he is going up against zone as well. He's not a monster, but he's still an effective player. So like right here, this is going to be a zone coverage play. You have multiple other players who are going to run deeper routes to set up Dallas Goedert, the player who I have circled in white right here. You're going to notice that Jalen Hurts looks towards him eventually. This concept works. They're able to clear out some space. Hurts makes the throw, and Goddard is able to, get the first down right here. Straight up, I think this is a massive advantage for the Philadelphia Eagles. This is not a huge strength for the Chiefs covering tight ends, and it is a huge strength for the Eagles having a tight end who is great at getting open against man. So as for my running tally that I've been doing with each of these videos, at the end of each one of my Super Bowl preview videos, I give a scale of 1 to 5 on who I think has the edge. I'm going to give my second +5. Both of them have been to the Eagles. The first one was the tush push. This one is Dallas Goedert. I just think it's an advantage. And I do think that for the Chiefs, okay, you can play zone to try and make this work. They probably have to. I just think that you have to. And probably a lot of cover 3 zone, which is just not what they play at all. But, you got Saquon Barkley. You can't play, cover 2 at all. So now you're going to try and play cover 3 zone. And this allows the Eagles to kind of scheme against that. I just think having someone like Goddard essentially means you can't play man. With other guys, you can try it. With A.J. Brown, you can try it because you got, we got Jalen Watson. Maybe he can do some stuff. Devonta Smith, we'll try McDuffie. He can cover him. I like Justin Reed. I don't like him covering Dallas Goedert. I just don't. But those are my thoughts on all of it. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from y'all. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.